Alrighty, here's my Rosko tested battery operated Pinocchio. It's from 1962 and it's based on the little stop motion figure from the New Adventures of Pinocchio TV program. There's his xylophone and it shows TV's New Adventures of Pinocchio. Very cute. It doesn't have the original green plastic tabs. It was like a green rubber that kept the bars in place. They had crumbled. Everyone that I've seen, they're crumbled very badly, usually missing, and the bars go flopping all over the place and you can't make good music. The rubber simply was not worth salvaging. There wasn't enough of it, so I removed it all, made these little wood railings and spacers, and he simply fits the little xylophone, uses those two slots to fit into the tabs, and that's how he goes. So let's make him work. It's a very cool thing. Notice this here, and it's there for a reason. There's the switch, and it says to avoid serious breakage, make sure that once you switch on, please do not touch the button until he finishes playing. The reason they say that is once you press the button forward to get him to start playing, he goes through two cycles. He plays London Bridge and he plays it twice. After the first cycle, the button will turn back to off of itself. He'll keep playing, but that portion of the circuit will be broken. If you try forcing it on or off while he's playing, you can break some of the delicate workings inside. So let's get him to work. Notice that? Done. Very cool. Notice that the switch moved to the off position by itself. All right, cool. So let's turn them upside down here and see if we can get them to run. So I'm going to turn them on. Of course, there's no xylophone, so you're not going to hear anything. There. He's now shut himself off. You notice that the cam gear has a tab that moved the on-off switch back to the off position. So to initiate the action, you turn it on and the circuit is closed. And this is what the cam looks like from the inside. The outer wavy portion is the position, what note he strikes, and the inner sawtooth cam is the actual up and down motion control. And notice it's got that brass ring and also the little fiber insulator. So that brass ring is, once you turn it on, the circuit is closed. The cam starts to turn around, and it's making ground contact as well. When the switch turns itself off, that portion of the circuit is open. However, since it's running parallel, this is still making ground contact for that second cycle of music. When it gets to this point, the ground is open, the circuit is broken, and it stops. Very ingenious in its simplicity. There's that. Also, here are some pictures of the inside. When I received it, the both wires on the motor were broken off. The solder joints had come undone. Motor is in excellent condition. This thing is like in new condition. Look at how beautiful that is. And here's what he looks like. Alright, that's looking at his little body mechanism from the other side. This shows where his arms attach. And that little bell-looking thing here, point out this, that's what his head slides on, that's where his neck goes. And that's the underside of the little tree that he's sitting on. In order to remove him, I had to just bend the tabs of the tree. He can stay on the little tree. You don't have to remove him. You undo all the tabs on the tree and pop his head off. This little shoulder area has to be pried off. You don't have to touch his clothing. Just pry off the shoulder area so that you can get to his arms. Once you get to his arms, you can pry those tabs off to get his arms off. Then you can lift the whole body and tree assembly to get to there. But there's really not much going on in here. So really, just lift his body off and you can get to the real workings of the motor and all that stuff in here for oiling and for doing any electrical wiring. So there's the underside of him again. He comes with this little tray that goes in place here. Actually, it goes in place like that. I'll put that back on after I do the video and get him to work. I don't think there's anything else to show on the little guy. There he is. We'll put him back in operation. Start him up. There you have it. The Rosko tested battery-operated xylophone playing Pinocchio. Have a nice day.